Have you ever walked into a place and felt like that you had stepped straight into another era? The atmosphere changes, the sights, the sounds, even the smells, it all seems to belong to a different time. This mysterious phenomenon, known as a time slip, is one of the most fascinating enigmas in the world of the unexplained. Welcome back to the channel. Have you ever questioned the world around you? Whether it's the mysteries of the paranormal or the deeper truths about reality itself, there's always more than meets the eye. My name is Larry Flaxman, and I'm a best-selling author, paranormal theorist, and investigator of the unexplained. On this channel, we explore the boundaries of science, the supernatural, and the unknown, diving into everything from spirit communication and hauntings to the nature of existence itself. If you're fascinated by what lies beyond the ordinary, curious about fringe science, or searching for answers to life's greatest mysteries, you're in the right place. So what is a time slip? At its core, a time slip is when someone appears to momentarily step into another period of history. Unlike déjà vu, which feels fleeting and abstract, time slips are often described as vivid, immersive, and incredibly detailed. Unlike hauntings, which might involve spirits or echoes of the past, time slips feel like you're actually there, as if two timelines have briefly overlapped. One of the most famous hotspots for time slips is Bold Street in Liverpool, England. Bold Street has become legendary for these strange occurrences. Witnesses often claim to walk into shops that haven't existed for decades, or see streets bustling with people dressed in clothing from another era. Take the case of Frank, one of Bold Street's most famous time slip witnesses. While walking through the area, Frank felt a sudden, eerie shift. The cars around him were vintage models. Shop signs looked old-fashioned. People were dressed as if it were the 1950s. He even walked into a store that had been closed for years, as if it had never left. Moments later, everything snapped back to the present day, leaving Frank dazed and questioning his reality. So what's really going on? What's happening during a time slip? Are these experiences tricks of the mind, glitches in reality, or something stranger? Well, skeptics argue that time slips could be explained by psychological phenomena. Déjà vu is thought to result from the brain briefly misfiring, creating a false sense of familiarity. Stress, fatigue, or even exposure to strong electromagnetic fields might trigger vivid, dreamlike states that feel incredibly real. In these cases, the brain could be blending memories, imaginations, and sensory input into kind of a waking dream. For those who've experienced a time slip, these explanations often feel inadequate, though. Witnesses describe their experiences with a level of detail that goes beyond imagination. Specific layouts of long-gone shops, the texture of clothing, overheard conversations in unfamiliar accents or dialects. These moments feel far too real to dismiss as simply hallucinations. What about science? Could science potentially offer another perspective? Some researchers look to quantum physics for clues. Einstein's theory of relativity tells us that time isn't fixed as it seems, it's fluid, even flexible. Could time slips be moments when the fabric of time bends or glitches, giving us fleeting glimpses into another era? Another theory suggests that parallel timelines or dimensions might be involved. Imagine a moment where the boundaries between two realities thin, causing them to briefly overlap. If true, a time slip might not be a look into our past, but really a peek into a parallel version of reality, a world existing alongside our own. Then there's psychometry, the idea that objects and places themselves can hold energetic imprints of the past. Some believe that sensitive individuals can unconsciously tap into this energy, almost like replaying a recording of history. In this view, time slips aren't about physically traveling through time, but more perceiving a vivid echo of it. What about the future? Time slips aren't always about the past. There are rare accounts of people experiencing time slips into the future. Imagine walking through your neighborhood and seeing a version of it that doesn't exist yet. If these accounts are credible, they suggest that time isn't linear, but interconnected, with the past, present, and future all flowing into one another in ways that we don't fully understand. So the big question is, what are time slips? Are they hallucinations, echoes of history, or glimpses into another dimension? Could they be cracks in the fabric of space-time itself, giving us a rare peek behind the curtain of reality? Or are they simply tricks of perception, our minds blending memory and imagination in unexpected ways? The answer remains elusive, but one thing's for sure, time slips continue to fascinate and perplex those who have experienced them. It's your turn. Have you ever had a moment where time seemed to shift or reality felt off? Maybe you stepped into a place that didn't quite belong to the present, or noticed details that didn't make sense in the modern world. If so, I'd love to hear your story. Drop it in the comments below. If the mystery of time slips intrigues you as much as it does me, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell. Until next time, stay curious, because you never know. The next time you step outside, you might just be finding yourself walking through time.